Okay, so welcome everybody, welcome friends, welcome you dear lovers of English and dear readers as well. We are really happy to have you guys both connecting on Zoom and also on YouTube. We're gonna get opportunity to spend really good time together. Welcome back because I'm sorry. Good. So we get opportunity to be live on Zoom and YouTube at the same time, guys. We're gonna get opportunity like to keep on with our book club. So last Sunday we had opportunity to review the book Attitude 101. So today we're gonna get opportunity to review another book, which is going to be Leadership 101, written by Mr. John C. Maxwell. It's gonna be a really great book. You folks, you're gonna love it, especially those of you who already read that book. And those of you who still reading it, and you the other folks who don't really read that book yet, I think you will love that beautiful book. So, question I would like to ask you, fellows. For example, would you like to build and to succeed in something that will last for a long period of time, especially when you pass away? They call that a legacy. Most of you folks, you will answer yes. For example, we get some company today. For example, we get Coca-Cola, McDonald's. They are kind of like great companies. They have been around for hundreds of years. Do you understand? But they succeed. So, question you can ask: what is the secret? Is it because they have a lot of money? No. Is it because maybe they have a better product? Not necessarily, but there was something behind that we're gonna talk about today, which is leadership. So the book that we are going to review today, it's a really great one. It's about leadership. It is the secret behind all big things, big companies, great leaders that you see in different part of the world. So today, as I said, we're gonna talk about that book. You folks, you're gonna get opportunity to share your opinions, to share your thoughts about that beautiful book. But the purpose not only to learn English, but also to get knowledge as well, fellows. For that reason, I encourage you guys who are on Zoom or on YouTube as well, feel free to participate, even though you don't really read the book yet, even though you don't really finish yet, you're gonna get opportunity to really have things to say because I will really help you during the process. So we are talking about the book Leadership 101. As you can see right here, the writer or the author of that beautiful book is Mr. John C. Maxwell. In that book, he talks about leadership. In this book, especially, he goes over like three main points, especially the first one, the developing of a leader. And the second point, developing important leadership's characteristic or threats. And number three, using your leadership to influence others. So inside that book, this is what the author really discusses. And as you can see right here, that book divided in three parts. Part one that contains the chapter one and chapter two. Part two that contains the chapter 3 to 6. And finally, we get part three, where we get the chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're gonna get opportunity to go over those chapters together, as I said. And you folks, you're gonna get opportunity to really say things, especially things that you've read and things that you've learned as well. So welcome you all. We are really happy to have you out here today, and we're gonna get opportunity to really say things, especially about this topic. So, a question that I have really quick, you folks, you can say something on YouTube and also on Zoom as well. When you hear the word leader, who comes to your mind? Do you get something in your mind when you hear that word leader? Do you want to say something? If yes, let us know in a comment. And you guys who are on Zoom are here, if you would like to say things. When you hear the word leader, do you get somebody in your mind? Do you have somebody like you? Uh-huh. Somebody says a coach. And about you, the other folks. So when you hear the word leader, who comes to your mind? Okay. Do you have a specific person, especially you, Mr. Nelson? I can see you. When you hear the word leader, do you get somebody specific? Do you think about someone?
I think leader means responsibility.
Thank you very much. And about you, Miss Crystal, when you hear the word leader, do you get somebody like a person comes to your mind? Anyone, Miss Crystal? Oh, somebody, Miss Crystal says, yeah, a president. Really good, really good. And about you, the other folks, and about you, the other folks, when you hear the word leader, who comes to your mind? Okay, I really love that. I really love that. All of you, you are trying to say things, especially related to the word leader. As you can see, folks, we're gonna have three main questions that we're gonna discuss together. And all of you, you're gonna get opportunity momentarily to really say things about it, especially based on the book that we read together. And you, the other folks as well who don't really read the book yet, I encourage you to read it because it's a really good one. So the question one says, what is one area you need to improve to become a better leader? You personally. You can think about it based on that beautiful book that you read and try to be able like to answer the question. And the question number two says, which is more important for a leader? Discipline, priorities, just a vision. So elaborate. You can choose one, you can choose two, but try to elaborate. And finally, the question number three, which is going to be the third main question. How can you positively influence people even if you don't have a leadership position? So it's going to be the 10 minute questions that you're gonna get opportunity, like guys, to talk about. So now let's go, please. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna go inside our topic, especially the icebreaker that we have right here. You folks who are on Zoom and also on YouTube as well, you get opportunity to really say things. So now, some of you folks at the beginning, you talk about a coach, a teacher, a president, and sometimes you can mention more and more. So now, who is a leader you admire? You can think about anyone and you can try to use this question right here to talk about that person. Who is a leader you admire? Who is that person? What do you consider? Why do you consider that person is a leader? So, do you guys on Zoom want to say something? Do you have a leader that you admire? You can just try to say some if you really want to. I'm gonna give you opportunity to say things, especially on on Zoom, and you guys are on YouTube. Do you have a leader that you admire? As you say, it can be our president, it can be our teacher, it can be another person. Who is that person? Why do you consider that person is a leader? And also, what qualities do that person have? And then, do you know the way that person influence other people? What do you guys think? Mr. Nelson, do you want to say something?
And can we say that again, teacher?
For example, who is a leader that you admire? But I just don't want to mention name for you, but you can think about somebody.
Uh, I think a leader is someone who have a lot of capacity to bring results, to manage everything, and is someone who has a good communication skills to understand the orders, to understand people before responding. Uh, and there is someone who has a big priority. How can I say that? A leader is someone that can bring so that is someone that can solve in problems.
Mm,
Is also someone that can motivate the others.
okay, very
Let's
good.
say,
Appreciate. Uh huh.
leader is a legacy.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And about you, Crystal, it seems you are about to say something.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Um, I don't see those question anymore. Could you
Okay.
please bring it back?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it with you.
Thank you so much. Um, a leader that I admire is the president, President Obama.
Oh, we're really good. It seems like you have a really good taste. So, why do you consider Mr. Obama as a great leader?
Um, I think because many people trust him and the speaking, the dress, um, his comportment, many action he does um, make me admire it and see him like a leader.
Mm. Okay, I really appreciate that, and thank you for
You're welcome,
sharing. Thank you
teacher.
for sharing. And about you, the other folks, do you have somebody in your mind, like somebody you consider as a leader that you admire? And I think you, Miss Christelle, you did a really good job because you picked up somebody. It's a person, Mr. Obama. Like it's not like um everybody knows that dude is a really great one. Do you understand? Because he was elected during 8 years in the biggest country in the world. Do you understand? In history, it seemed like that doesn't happen often. Like somebody to be elected during 8 years. You feel me? It was a really great thing. I think it's a really great one as well. Uh huh. And about you, do you other folks, do you get somebody in mind that you consider like a great leader? And why do you consider that person is a great one? As I said, you're here, folks, not only to be here and to listen to people who are talking, but I give you opportunity to say short things before we go inside our subject. Uh-huh. So, and then I think momentarily you guys are gonna really get opportunity to say things about that beautiful topic we've been discussing because we're talking about leadership, especially after reading that beautiful book, which is Leadership One 101, and we are here tonight talking about it. And I think you guys are gonna really get things to say. But this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to review some basic terms that you will hear momentarily during during our club tonight. So, for example, we get some vocabulary right here. I'm gonna read them, and after I'm gonna ask you folks as well to try to read them. Especially you, Crystal. You're gonna read them for me. Let me see who else that I got right here. Okay, and after yes, we get you, Miss Crystal, is especially. For example, we get leadership, leader, growth, discipline, priority,
Trust.
trust, vision,
Impact.
influence, impact, legacy, effectiveness, efficiency, potential. And about you, Mr. Nelson, can you read them for me, please? Because it seemed like you were about to do the same. Can you read them, please?
Leadership, leader,
Church. Try to say ship instead of she. Leadership.
leadership, leader, growth, discipline, priority, trust, vision, influence, impact, legacy, effectiveness, efficiency, potential.
potential. Thank you. Thank you very much, brother. As I said, folks, momentarily you will have to hear those kind of words, those kind of vocabularies or expressions during the clip that we're gonna have tonight. And you, the other guys, you can try to take notes as well, if it's necessary, because that will help you to understand better. So can I go with you, please, Miss Crystal? Can you try to read them? If it's possible, read them with the meaning, please.
Okay, I gonna try, but they have some word I didn't know how to pronounce them.
I'm here to help you.
Okay, thank you. Leadership, the ability to guide people,
To guide,
to guide people.
again, the ability to guide people.
Okay, leadership, the ability to guide people. Leader, someone who guides or influence others,
Influences,
influences others. Growth,
no, growth.
growth,
Yeah.
growth, development or improving,
Development.
improvement. No,
Improvement. Uh-huh.
improvement. Discipline. It's correct.
Yeah,
Controlling.
discipline.
Discipline. Controlling yourself to do what is necessary. Priority. Something more important than other things.
Can you say it again? Priority.
Priority. Something more important than other things. Trust. Belief that someone is honest and reliable.
Reliable.
Reliable. Vision, a clear picture of a desired feature.
Hmm.
Influence, the power to affect people's actions or thinking. Impact, a strong effect on someone or something. Legacy, what people remember or continue after you. Effectiveness, the ability to more successfully produce a desired or high quality result. Efficiency, working well, quickly, and without wasting time, money, or energy. Potential, a person's naturally ability to develop, achieve, or succeed in the future.
Okay, great. Congratulations, our dear
Thank
lady.
you, teacher.
You did a really good job. I really appreciate. Thank you, Amelia.
You're
So,
welcome.
mhm, as I said, guys, this vocabulary will be really useful because you will hear them, you will use them momentarily during the clip that we are having today. As I said, it's about like the book Leadership 101, and we're gonna get opportunity to go over those parts in this beautiful book that we read together. As I said, that book is divided in three parts. Let's go, please. Now we're gonna go inside. It's going to be the part one. The part one is like the development of a leader. So the author, Mr. John C. Maxwell, in chapter 1 and 2, he really explains, guys, the way that somebody can become a great leader. If you guys remember, in chapter 1, he talks especially about a really great one related to McDonald's stuff. And also in the chapter 2, Mr. Jones Maxwell talk about like some phase. Do you understand? You have to face. Like it's like a process. It's not like something that happened in a day, but it's an everyday stuff that you have to work really hard in order like to really reach that level, which is become our leader. And as you can see right here, they say leadership development begins with someone growth. And a person cannot expect to be a stronger leader without intentionally developing themselves. There are some requirements. For example, we get learning, self awareness, practice accepting mistakes, improving weaknesses, and finally, developing a better habits. Those traits or those qualities really necessary, like for somebody to become a great leader. And you guys as well, I know you read that book, especially in the chapter one and also the chapter two as well. You really learn things. And I know you're going to really get things to say about it. For that reason, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to give you folks the opportunity to really say things, especially related to the main question number one. So, first of all, guys, what have you learned, especially from the book, especially chapter one and chapter two? And if you can try to answer the question number one personally, it will be really sweet. We're gonna start with you, please, Mr. Nelson. Try to be short if it's possible. And you get the mic, just open it and try to talk, please.
Uh, I got a question to share.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What difference between weaknesses and awareness?
Awareness.
Yes.
Yeah,
What,
awareness. It's like it's like a kind of synonym of conscience. I mean, you realize you have a problem. This is the awareness. Do you understand? When you accept, for example, you get up in the morning and you stay in bed and you say, "Oh, come on, man! It seems that I'm hungry." It's like the
or
feeling and the decision making. It's like you. This is the awareness. Do you understand? But the weakness is. It's like the. I can say it's like the opposite of the strong ability that you have to do something. Do you understand? It's like the part that is weak in I mean I can say in your life or the ability that you don't really have to do something. This is your weaknesses. Does that make sense?
okay, thank you.
Okay. Are you ready to answer the question?
Yeah, what kind of question?
The question says, what is one area you need to improve in order like to become a better leader? You can answer personally, or you can also answer according to the book that you read as well.
I think the best area is is about a good communication skill, because without good communication skill, you can be a leader. And when you talk, people couldn't understand what is your goal and something. If you try to explain your plans to the others, they are not able to understand you. I think to be in that area, we need this. We need that kind of skill communication. But in the other parts, also we need to be to be ready to do something that we can build for a legacy. Even you are not alive anymore, but what you build still continue.
Mm, thank
Uh,
you. Uh
that's
huh.
what I think. And
Great. I really
I think
appreciate.
also
Uh huh.
the way you communicate, that can help people, that you can motivate the others effectively.
Great. Really
Uh,
sweet. I really
the-
appreciate that. Thank you, my dear brother, Mr. Nelson. And I think momentarily you're gonna get opportunity to say more things, but I really appreciate you for sharing your point of view about that question.
Thank you.
Great. And about you, the other guys, because being here talking about like leadership, it's not only about a president, as you said at the beginning, Mr. Obama, but a leader can be a teacher, it can be a father, it can be a mother, it can be friend. It can be like other people you lead in your work. Do you understand? Like people you get around you. When you really lead and guide other people, you become a leader for them. And I think that book is a really great one. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you really want to build something, like to succeed in something, not only in business, but if we take Coca-Cola and McDonald's as an example, I think it's a really great one. Do you understand? They are really great one because behind them, there are really great leaders that really help them in order like to succeed and to keep surviving in this difficult world. So now we're gonna go with Mr. Emmanuel. He really has something to say about it. Let's go, please, brother.
And thank you, teacher Michael. And the first thing I want to say is about why should I go as a leader? It's a great question because before reading this book, I get my own way to see leadership. But one of the things that I've learned about this book, the higher the leadership, the greater the effectiveness. We can talk about McDonald's, Coca-Cola, even though they were facing with some bad situation, but at the end they get it. They fail, they learn from that failure, and they keep moving forward, and they get success. And another thing that I've learned, so really important, leadership develops daily, not in a day. For some people, they think someone can become a leader on one day. Leadership is a process. We have to learn every single day in order to achieve the goal that you want. For example, in common language courses, but we got some point. We got the beginning, but if we keep working hard, common language coursing can become a great institution all over the world, but we have to keep with it. Don't, even though I know we are facing up with some bad situation, but we have to keep moving. We don't have to give up. This is the leadership. We have to know sometimes to see how we can do things differently because it's really important. And another thing, most people fail to recognize the value of leadership. They believe the leadership is only a few for a few people and you just cooperate with others. No, the leadership is to know how to lead yourself and to lead others. And for some people, they as a leader, they have to say to others, you have to do this, you have to do that. The first thing you have to do as a leader, you have to know how to lead yourself. And if you know that, it's better to lead others. This is my role, teacher.
Oh, really good, brother. Really, really sweet. I really appreciate and I really congratulate you because I can see the way you really use the knowledge that you've you've learned from that beautiful book and to spread it wide here. Thank you. And thank you a million, our dear brother. And about you, the other folks, so what do you have to say, especially in this sport? Do you really want to say things? If yes, I give you opportunity. You guys who are on Zoom, raise hand. I'm gonna give you the mic, and you folks who are on YouTube as well, you can say things, especially what are some things that you've learned from the book, especially chapter one and chapter two in part one of the book. And are you able to answer that question, which is the question number one, the main question? What is one area you need to improve in order like to become a better leader? When I say a better leader, a better teacher, a better father, a better friend, better because I know most of you guys you teach other people, not teaching English, but you teach other stuff. It's you're a leader because you are guiding other people. Do you see like some area you would love to improve? And also, have you learned something from the book, especially chapter one and chapter two? Miss Steffi, let's go with you. And after that, we're gonna keep on with other people.
Do you hear me well?
Really well.
Good evening, everyone, especially you, Jamaica, and you,
Good
the other
evening.
guys present, in this beautiful session we are having tonight. And congratulations for taking time to being there because, to have knowledge, you have to create time for that. And this is one of the things we are doing right now. I'll see with the book club we have every Sunday. I congratulate you guys because you're here. And thank you to Jamaica for giving me the mic to share my thoughts. And I'm so sorry for being late. I got something come up and I didn't hear the other answers from the other guys. But I will ask for your pardon if I, say some of the words you already say, because, we read the same books. That's when we have the same sources. That's good. Thank you. About the first answer, I can say one of the area may I need to improve to become a better leader is self-discipline. I need to improve my self-discipline because according to Maxwell, you say leadership is begin with leading yourself. If you cannot lead yourself, it will be impossible to lead other people. A leader who cannot like discipline himself will have difficulty influencing others. You can imagine you're at work, you're a leader, you always come late at work. Or you're gonna ask other people you are leading and your staff member to come to work early. But if as a leader you showed up 15 minutes before work, 20 minutes before work, if someone gonna be like you, they're gonna try to imitate you. This is why you have to lead yourself first to become a better leader. But for that, you have to get self-discipline. And we know self-discipline, we define self-discipline as something you have to do whether you feel like it or not. But even though sometimes it's difficult to get to work on time, but because you know you have other people on your back follow you, you have to make it happen whether you feel like it or not. This is why self-discipline. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Teacher Michael?
Oh, really well, really well. Just keep
Okay.
talking. Uh-huh.
This is why you will really need to get ourselves self-disciplined because to controlling our self-discipline control our actions. Self-discipline help us to manage time. We remember we have a club, we talk about time management, and for the whole 3 hours, I take 5 hours from Friday to Sunday, we're talking about time management. But to manage your time well, you have to get self-discipline. And as a leader, you really need that to manage your time well in order way to be able to lead the people under you. Another thing I want to ask to manage to be a better leader, you have to keep your commitments. Sometimes you can get a staff under you, like Mr. Maxwell, and the on the book showing it. You can have a group, you lead that group. But if you cannot keep your commitment, that would be difficult. If you can say every Friday, everybody got to get a review from the week. If you are not the first who showed up to do it, that would be really difficult for others you are leading to follow the same, can say the same like commitment you already put on. But if you be the first to be in the conference room, you're gonna see. Even though they don't feel like it, because as a leader, you have authority, they're gonna follow you, they're gonna go through the things like you put in. Another thing I want to say is about you need to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. You have something, you have a project, work on it. This is why I really like the difference because managing adasa manage there is a big difference between management and a leader. The brothers McDonald was good at manage, but they never a leader. And this is why when one of the leader, I remember if it's Rick Ross, I remember the name, take over McDonald, it becomes worldwide. There is almost 21, McDonald's all over the world, 21,000. That means you can manage something, but you are not good at a leader. And in one of the part of the book, somebody say, whenever you got to take over a company, the first person who get fired is the leader. If you have been leading well, the company will not got to this mess. Listen to it. The staff member need to be trained, but the leader need to be fired. This is what Maxwell said. This is what the person said to Maxwell. Whenever you got to take over a company, you fire the leader. Because if you cannot lead people, you will not get successful. Your company, your business, your family, you cannot get success. This is why I try to see if I can improve my self-discipline to become a better leader, even in my own business from 5 to 10 years from now, my family, and another area in my life. Thank you so very much. That's my answer.
Okay, so thank you, and thank you a million, our beautiful sister, Miss Stacey, for sharing as well, especially your point of view about that question and also that book that we've been reading as well. So I really thank you guys, especially you folks who are on YouTube. I'm waiting for your answer. I am waiting for your answer. What have you learned from that beautiful book, Leadership 101? written by Mr. John C. Maxwell. So, objectif que nous là, guys, moi, connais pas nous tout qui est même niveau pour nous capables d'élaborer des sujets qui est difficile. Mais moi, vraiment encourager, non, fait, il faut pour nous lire. Objectif, là, c'est pour motiver plus de monde pour lire. Pas forcément moun qui a pas apprendre anglais avec moi, mais moi ouais qui est fait les petits les gains sous nous, même dans Command Language Course ici là, moi connais comment les capable vraiment influencer l'autre monde tout. Ça c'est le deuxième book club que nous gagnons. And I've gained 21 comme ça, j'y jusqu'à décembre. So I encourage you guys. So every Monday, you're going to receive the access to read the book. And every Sunday, you guys are going to be around right here. And I think if you really force yourself, you're going to read a lot. You're going to get knowledge and you will really have things to say as well. And as I said, this book, Leadership 101, it's a really great one. That book is divided in three parts. As you can see, the part one that contains two chapters, chapter one and chapter two. In the author really explain us the reason that we gotta try to grow as a leader and also how we can really do that. It was a really great one. And as you can see right here in the requirements, it requires learning. We gotta learn people because we don't really know everything. Mr. Emmanuel mentioned that it's not something you do you do in one day, but it's an everyday process. If we learned, if we know the self-awareness, I mean, we know what when things goes I'm sorry, go bad, we try to correct and to fix, and we try to cultivate good qualities, especially patience, and we accept what when we make mistake and we try to improve our weaknesses. That can really help us become better and better leaders. So it was like for the first part of the book, which was like the part one of Leadership 101. And you the other folks, if you don't really want to say things while here on Zoom, all of you folks, I encourage you, you can say things, especially on YouTube as well, because you will really share knowledge, not only with me, but also with other people. So now, if we go to the other part of the book, which is the part two of that beautiful book, in part two of that book, the traits or the characteristic of a leader. In this part, that book contains in this part four chapters. Chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, and chapter 6. The chapter 3, how can I become disciplined? The chapter 4, how should I prioritize my life? Chapter 5, how do I develop trust? And finally, chapter 6, how can I effective cast vision? So in these four chapters, I really appreciate and I really love because I read these parts in one day. I read this part in one day, and I really appreciate the way that the author really explained the process, the way we can really get the characteristic or the traits of a really great leader. As we see right here in this section, the author accentuate or focuses on four important elements. The first one, which is discipline. So our leader must be able to take action consistently, even when motivation is low. And I really appreciate the way Miss Stacey mentioned it as well. Even though you feel like or not, as a leader, you gotta do things because that will really influence and also affect other people as well. And the other things that we as leader, especially that section mentioned, it's about like priorities. It says like good leaders cannot do everything. They need to identify the things that is really important or that matters most. And after we get trust, people are willingly to follow leaders they trust. So for that reason, we gotta do ourselves as we've learned from that book in order like to get this opportunity. And finally, vision, our leader needs to know where they are going and communicate directly this direction to other people that they are leading or guiding. So in this part of this book, it's really interesting because it's really explained the way that person can really take the path and also to reach the goal to become a leader. And you guys, have you learned things that you would like to share with us, especially from this part in the book, which is part two, because we have four chapters right here: chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, and chapter 6. And I know you guys, you've read that book. You really have things to say. If you would love to say things while here on Zoom, raise hand, and also on YouTube as well. You can also write your answer. It can be in Creole or English on YouTube, but while here on Zoom, it's better, guys, if you can really share your opinion and in English while here. So I encourage you guys, if you're here 100%, let me know in the chat, in the comment section, especially on YouTube and while here on Zoom, while here, if you really want to say things, let me know. So, guys, if I ask question, which of this, I can say of these qualities that you appreciate more in a leader? Discipline, priorities, trust, or vision? Let me know on YouTube, please. Just write only one word: discipline, discipline, priorities, trust, or vision on YouTube, please. Okay, thank you. We get somebody right here, which is Mr. Davidson, brother. You get the microphone on Zoom, open it, and try to share your things that you've learned, please, from that part in the book.
Good evening, my dear Chair Michael. Good evening, every single one of you. So I really appreciate you, Chair Michael, for the great work you are doing. And then thank you so very much. So about the part, um, the thing that I can say I love the most, and the trait I love the most is about trust, because the book mentioned that you can have, a lot of good qualities. Once, you people don't trust you, and then, all that you're gonna do in your life, in your career, all those things will be in vain, because you break people's trust. And then I learned that trust is one of the best traits, one of the best quality, you know, someone can have as a leader. So in any organization, even in the family, wherever you lead people. And then I also learned something important as well. Not because you see someone in front of a group of people, that means he's a leader. Okay, someone can still, in front of a group of people, is not a leader. If that person, if that person, if people don't follow the person, what that person has as value. So to be a leader, it requires a lot of traits. It requires a lot of good thing. And then I really appreciate the way Mrs. Davy talk about commitment. So when you are a leader, so not because you're gonna love what you gonna do. No, it's not about love. So it's all about the result. Okay, it's about the result. I watched a good leader, a good author. We all know about him, and then he mentioned that he doesn't love what he's doing. For example, he's a he's a writer. So he mentioned that he doesn't love writing, but he do it. Okay, so he does it just because the result. He see how he can help other people, and then through his writing. So he's doing in seminars. So for like in different part of the world, for many people, not because he love doing seminars. So he does it just because through seminars and then conferences he can learn other people and influence other people. So to be a great leader, it requires to be able to influence people. If you can't influence people, so you don't have good qualities to influence people, you don't have any qualities, so you can't tell that you are a leader or even a good leader. So, as I mentioned earlier, the main traits to have to be a good leader is trust. If people can't trust you, you are untrustworthy. So that doesn't mean you you're not a good leader. You're not a leader at all. So that's all I wanted to share to you, Michael. Thank you so very much.
Great. So thank you, and thank you very much, our dear brother, you, Mr. Davidson, for sharing as well. I really appreciate and I really thank you. Uh-huh. And about you, the other folks, which one do you appreciate more from a leader? Discipline, priority, trust, or vision? So that the reason we get the main question number two. The main question number two says, which is more important for a leader? We get discipline right here, priorities, and trust or vision. But you have to elaborate if you choose one. You, the other folks right here or on Zoom, do you want to say things? And I'll show you guys who are on YouTube as well. Do you want to say things? If yes, why here on Zoom, you have to raise your hand. Mr. Nelson, let's go with you.
I think without discipline, we can't do anything without discipline. You can have all discipline to manage something, but without discipline, it's complicated because discipline build respect. Sometimes you can have all the access to manage a team, but because you don't respect the rules, that can destroy everything that you control, you build. I think discipline is the best thing a leader have to applicate.
Okay. Thank you.
For me.
I love that. I really appreciate. And about you, the other guys, which is more important for a leader? Uh-huh. Mr. Emmanuel, you get the microphone, please.
And thank you one more time, Teacher Michael. For me, they are all important, but the first one I can say the most important one is discipline. According to the book, if you lack self-discipline, you may be in the habit of having dessert before eating your vegetables. This is the first reason I can say discipline is really important as a leader. And if you want to be success, because success can be defined as the progressive realization, this definition tells us the discipline to prioritize and the ability to work toward a stated goal are essential to a leader's success. And another thing I want to add is the Pareto principle, the 20-80 principle. 20% of our priority will give you 80% of your production. If you spend our time, energy, money, and person on the top 20% of your priorities. For me, discipline is the key if you want to be a good leader. If you are not, if you don't have discipline, you can break your own activity or your whatever thing that you lead. Discipline is the first one. Thank you, teacher.
Great. I really appreciate and thank you very much for sharing our dear brother, Mr. Emmanuel, because you read that book and you really get opportunity to say things. I really appreciate that. Uh-huh, guys, don't forget we are here on Zoom and also on YouTube as well. I encourage you, you can share the YouTube link with a friend, with somebody who you know that loves English. So, quand il y a un monde qui aime anglais, qui a pas apprendre anglais tout, c'est pas forcément avec nous, capable partager le lien YouTube là avec mon ça. Give that person opportunity to be around. Do you understand? And that person will get opportunity to be right here with us, not only today, but during the rest of this year every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to get opportunity to be around. Okay, Steffi, you get the microphone. So try to say things, please, especially about part two of this of the book.
Thank you for giving me the mic. Before I give my answer, I see Miss Christelle raise her hand in the chat. I don't know if she didn't know how to raise her hand directly.
Who?
Miss Christelle, I don't know if she got a comment in
Crystal?
the chat.
Okay, let's go with you, Crystal, because I know. If you don't know after, I will teach you, Crystal.
Hello.
Hello.
What I have to say is not a hella poet, but I think priority is very the key for a leader.
Really.
Because you can have trust, have discipline, have vision, but if you don't have priorities, you can waste your time on doing something and on doing everything but nothing at the same.
Mm.
Because you can have discipline to say, I'm gonna do stuff like that, but you came to doing mm, um two, three things at the same and not finish it. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to have priority and say,
Love it.
okay, I
Mm-hmm.
have time to do five stuff, but I'm gonna place them and say I'm gonna do one, two, three, and maybe if four and five cannot do, it's not gonna a problem. So thank you.
Great. I love that. I appreciate, and I really congratulate you as well, our beautiful Miss Crystal. Even though that you're new out here, but you know how to do things. You read the book, and also you share your opinion. You can just imagine after 4 months, every Sunday doing the same thing. No, you're gonna go a lot, Johnson. Be proud of yourself. The process will not be easy, but it's gonna be possible. Thank you very much. So, and about you, the other guys on Zoom on YouTube, which is more important? Discipline, vision, priority, or trust to become a great leader. You guys on YouTube, you can share your opinion in Creole, but you guys on Zoom, it can be English. Steffi, are you ready? Oh no, let me go with another person. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're a good leader. You give Mr. Wabi priority. Let's go, please, Wabi. We're so happy to get you, brother. Good evening. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. Good evening. I greet you, Teacher Michael, and the other ones, and especially Miss Tiffy. I greet you guys, Mr. Davidson. It's been a while, guys. So, uh, I'm gonna be short, teacher, because I don't feel good for today, but since the
Mm,
morning, still now. So I'm gonna do my best about the question. So according to me, I can say that trust is usually considered the most important because people can follow you because they trust you. For example, in our church, people can follow the pastor without trust the pastor. It's because the people trust the pastor. Uh, they follow them, you know. So uh, you can see the difference between a boss and a leader in the book leadership. So the boss can manage people without leader, but a leader, people need to trust the leader to lead them. So uh, a simple right ranking would be so trust people. When you trust people, you believe in, and and to follow them. So, and discipline helps the leader stay consistent and set a good example. So, and priority helps a leader focus on what matters most. So, for example, Jones Maxwell leadership teaching, trust is a foundation of a leadership. A disciplined leader who is not trust will struggle to influence others. So this is the most important point that a leader could be have. So this is influence. You can't lead other people without influence people. You have to be a influencer so to lead or other one. So likewise, setting priority important, but people are less likely to follow a leader lead. Other people without influence. So be influence. So trust is generally the most important, followed by discipline, then priority teacher. So thank you for giving me the mic. So I told you guys, I'm gonna be short to the question. So thank you, teacher, for giving me the mic to give a point of view about the question. Thank you, guys.
Great. I really appreciate. Thank you very much for being here with us, my dear brother from another mother, you, Mr. Wabi. And I'm so sorry as well because you're not 100% okay. But anyway, you're wild here. I really love that. I really appreciate and I really and congratulate you for sharing your point of view.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, friends. Welcome, you dear lovers of English and your readers as well. We are really happy to have you guys both connecting on Zoom and also on YouTube. We're gonna get opportunity to spend.
Can you mute that person, folks? Especially when you're not talking, guys. Close your mic. Please do that. Do that for us when you're not talking. Close the microphone. Okay, guys. So don't forget we are here on Zoom and YouTube. I encourage you guys who are on YouTube to share your opinion on YouTube. We are talking about leadership, especially based on that book, Leadership 101, written. Mr. Nelson, close your microphone, please. Yes, we are talking, especially using the book Leadership 101, written by Mr. John C. Maxwell. It's a really great book, guys. We are here. Most of us, we are Asian. We are out here. We are using English in order like to do things. We read this kind of book. You guys, you can read them as well. No li live sayo, o capable live too. No li appeal live. For example, which that and prove that. No li think and grow rich. No li the magic of thinking big. No li the atomic habits. We read a lot of books, people. And this year, we get opportunity from today to December. We're gonna read a lot of books. Do you understand? Tomorrow we're gonna start with another one. If you guys you're on YouTube, you're not around us, I encourage you to let us know where you're watching from. If you would like to read with us, let us know. And you folks who are out here as well, who've been reading, I would love you to really say things, especially guys, nous même qui sur Zoom, qui pas dire rien sur Zoom, c'est plus bon nous connecter sur YouTube. OK? Parce que ça bonne possibilité pour nous interagir, nous partager idées, mais sur Zoom, c'est pas nécessaire ou écrire commentaire sur Zoom. But c'est envoyer lien YouTube là dans Zoom là, cliquez sur lui and share your opinion because you read the book. You're here not only to attend. Do you understand? Not only to attend, but it just to express things because we would like to learn from you as well. Okay, we're gonna keep on. It's going to be you now, Miss Steffi. You get the mic, especially chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. What have you learned? Especially you can base your comment on one of the key points: discipline, vision, priorities, and trust. You get the mic.
Okay, thank you for giving the mic again. And like I can, what I can say about these qualities, just we need. I think the book Leadership 101, written by John C. Maxwell, I think I can say to be a leader, all those are very important. Even though the question is based, you have to choose one. And this is why I really like the other comments. Because each of us got a point from the book why one is one. But all of them is important to become a great leader, not just a leader. I remember there is a person in the book, maybe a personage in the book who say he think he was ready because since high school he have been leading people, but when he get to the real world, he wasn't ready at all because the real world is really different that it was what he was doing. And this is why I don't remember which part of the book who says that they put something in classificate some of the way you should be. You should not go to one to two without authority. People just respect you because you get authority. But as a leader, people imitate you. And I think in the part of prioritize, I think they make a difference because between followers and leaders. And this is what caught my attention when Mr. Robbie was talking. Leader, people imitate you. Follower, they react. One of the key points I really like about, I think I have the same idea. All of them is important. But I think, like the book says, how to develop trust. Because it's the same. You cannot become a leader overnight. It's the same for trust. People don't trust you also overnight. This is why you have to develop it. And in the book, John C. Maxwell says trust is the foundation of leadership. If you can know what a foundation means, foundation is something you build on it. But if people don't trust you, they will not imitate you as a leader. And this is why I remember you need three qualities. I think three qualities, like he said about competence. You have to get the competency to lead people. You have to be connected to lead people, and you have to get character. And each of them, those qualities is really important to build trust among your staff, among family. Even if I can, right now I don't have a company. I don't lead a company. But I used to lead. I remember 2012, I have to be a supervisor at a company in Haiti about like filario stuff. If you don't know this kind of company where people get to take pills as a prevention. I was only 18. I just turned 18 in October, and I gotta be a leader in November. I was the youngest among the person I was to lead. Each group has had at the time 9 people. The supervisor include 10. I was a supervisor. I got people under my control. I have to divide them. I build trust in less than 4 days. Oh, I don't tell them what to do. I just show them and they just follow. At that time, I was the youngest. We almost 90 people, I think, for the whole, like they call region. But they do, congratulate me at the end of the campaign. Even though I was the youngest, but the way I did, I don't say, no, go get that. I just walk away and just go get it. Last time, they don't wait for me to just go get it. Someone just, offer him as volunteer. Say, you don't want to go supervisor. I'm going to get it today. You see, you just show it. People just do it. Because nowadays, when people get like position authority, they use it against the people who work under them. But when you get it as a leader, you don't use it on people. You work together. This is why as a leader never say, I did it. The book say, we did it. If you can watch a lot of movie about company, whenever they got a project, they close something or deal, they make a meeting and they say, we do it. We did it. When you say we did it, that put determination, devotion. Whenever you're gonna get a lot of project, you're gonna go on top again because you don't take, other people for granted. You use other people, but you give them praise in return. This is what the book talk about. Competency, connection. You cannot be a leader without connecting with your people. You cannot be a leader without know your people. You have to get character. When you say something, that things goes. Even you have to be, you know, to get the consequences, you take it. As a leader to say blame people. Leaders blame himself and share, try to find a way to get it out of this. This is when you build trust. If every time something happens, you try to get somebody to be responsible, you're not a leader. You can be all things, but not a leader. And a leader have great vision because even though you need trust, if you don't have competence, people will not trust you. If the person know you cannot do the job, even though they like you, they will not trust you. This is why I say, even though trust is the foundation, but we'll need all those qualities to become a great leader. Because imagine a manager who has an excellent plan, but constantly lie to people. You will be untrustworthy. Whenever you say something, people will not be willing to imitate you, to follow you because you are a liar. This is why character goes with trust. If you have good character, you're gonna respect your word and follow your word through also. But the key lesson I can say about one of them I choose is trust. Is the foundation upon which effective leadership is built. This is why they said if you want to become a leader tomorrow, learn today, including learn how to develop trust. That's my point. Thank you so very much.
Great. So thank you. And thank you a million, our beautiful Steffi as well, for being not only being while here listening, but you have opportunity to really open your mouth to say things. I really appreciate and I really think. And because these kind of book that we've been reading, they're kind of really deep and we have a lot to learn. Sometimes I forget things, but when you say them while here, I got opportunity to remind them. And I will have more chance to really use them. And especially the most important part of it, it's like to apply them in my life. So thank you. And thank you very much, my beautiful Steffi, for sharing. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for being around, especially you guys who are on YouTube. Si nou nouveau, mwen akouraje nou to subscribe, paske nou pa bge pou mvoye lien pou nou, na bge pou nou resevwa notifikasyon chak nou live isit la. Guys, mwen akouraje nou menm ki sou Zoom, nou kapap pataje opinyon nou sou YouTube, e pataje lien YouTube la, avek yon moun nan kontak nou, nou konen ki reme angle, buy opportunity like to be around with us, where we are discussing and talking about good things, especially leadership right here. So, as I said, guys, being a leader, not necessarily to be a politician, not necessarily to get power to lead a country, but leading a group of people, especially at work, it's a thing that sooner or later we might be, or we're going to be in that kind of situation. Or maybe you're going to get your own business. You have to lead people. Even though a small or big one, we'll have to lead people. Sometimes you just imagine you see the way people are treating others, but especially you would love to see the way you treat other people and the way people treat you as well. That's the reason being a leader, it's a really great thing. A mother, a father, a friend, a teacher, we are all leaders. Especially from chapter 3 to chapter 6 in that book, guys, it was a really great one because we have opportunity like to discover those kind of key elements that are really necessary: discipline, priorities, trust, and vision. They are kind of really important. You guys, each of you are here, you can really think about those elements to see which one we consider as our weaknesses, to see the way we can really improve in it. So we don't really finish yet, so now we are just trying like to imagine this scenario. Imagine the scenario, folks. It's a kind of scenario. Just imagine that thing happen. Uh-huh. While here, it's like we are talking about a leader. That leader has talent, but they don't really trust in that leader. They say, imagine that you're part of a small organization. Your team leader is very intelligent, really smart. He has good ideas, but he often arrives late. He doesn't keep his promise. He changes priorities constantly. He doesn't communicate his vision clearly. And the team is beginning to lose trust in that person. So we are trying like to imagine because you know we read that book and we are trying to see the best way we can really understand and apply. We get those three questions right here. Say which leadership quality is missing the most? Discipline, priority, trust, or vision? According to you folks, what do you think in this scenario? Which quality is missing the most? Let me see. You know, if you guys you're on Zoom right here, you gotta raise your hand because I cannot choose it like this. You have to raise your hand if you really wanna say things. And you folks who are on YouTube, you can just share your opinions. What they offer. They say imagine that situation. You're part of an organization and your team leader is a really great one, really smart, really intelligent. But the problem is often arrives late, doesn't keep his promise, changes priorities constantly, he doesn't communicate clearly, and the team is begin to lose trust. Miss Stacey.
According to my point of view, I think the one missing, I can say, is it's discipline. It's because that person doesn't have self-discipline. Why I say that, to be more specific and elaborate also, is because don't forget the way they define self-discipline. They define it as something you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. If he knows he had to get to the church at a time or to the organization on time, sometimes as a leader, you have to be there before time. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, another way to organize stuff. But it's because you don't have self-discipline. But if you don't have self-discipline and you can keep your promises, that would be difficult because you have self-discipline, you have to discipline yourself first. If you cannot even discipline yourself, or you can lead other people, it's because of that. Okay, I can get late 5 minutes. I'm the leader. But if you keep doing it, it becomes an habit, a bad habit. And the same bad habit's gonna say the same thing. Okay, I can just, say sorry because I didn't have, I cannot say. You get a lot of excuses to not keeping your promises. It's because you don't have self-discipline. You change priority constantly. You get the priority, but you choose yourself over other people you are leading. It's because you didn't get self-discipline also. You don't have it. You doesn't communicate your vision clearly, the same thing. If at the beginning you have self-discipline, all those things will be in place. It's because of the beginning. It's like someone like who do some work like in construction. If something is become neglect at the beginning, you didn't correct it, it's gonna be a big mistake at the end. And you cannot go back. You cannot go back. And you're gonna get a lot of things, lose because you didn't get it right at first. This is the same thing that's happening in the scenario. At first, you don't have self-discipline. Nobody gonna trust you. Whatever you say will not goes. People don't need your vision anymore because you cannot be there. It's vain. You see, I really like the first one. Often arrive late. This is the first people follow you. You see, I don't like this person. You often come late. You always come late. Even though as a boss, sometimes if you're gonna have to, to put a meeting in place, you cannot say, why are you coming late? Even though the employees will not say it out loud, but the way they're gonna look at you, you're gonna get the answer. I think self-discipline is missing. That's my answer.
I love it. I thank you, and I would appreciate. Thank you very much. It's a sweet scenario. Try to imagine, and about you, dear folks, especially for the question. Oh, it's number two missing. The question number 3 and 4. Let's say if you were this leader, what would you do to change fast? And also, if you were a member of the team, would you continue following this person? Why not? We're gonna go. Is it you, Miss Andy? Is it you? Because I see iPhone. Please, iPhone. Okay. It seems that you're not ready. I don't know. Miss Stacey, can you ask the person in the chat maybe because it seems that we get I know if it is Andy, but let's go Mr. Davidson, and after that, Crystal, and later on it's going to be that person, Miss iPhone. Let's go, please, Mr. Davidson.
Thank you once again, Sir Michael. In my opinion, it's crystal clear because it's a lack of discipline. For sure, it's a lack of discipline. And then about the uh, third part, the third part, if you were a member of the team, would you continue follow this person? I can say it's depend. It's depend because, for example, I let me talk a bit about someone that I know, even from my work. I have he's also a supervisor, and then, in my opinion, and I always bring that up because it's not about talent. Talent is not enough for a position. You can have like good talent, but if you don't have good qualities in the way we say it around here, like discipline and so on, and it's not so easy, you know, to control people, to lead people. For example, this guy, he got, talent to do the work we are doing. He knows, uh, yeah, he knows the work, but as a leader, as a second chief, he can't like play the role. He can't play the role because when he becomes to talk with the workers, he starts like shout, yeah, shout at the workers instead of talk to them in a proper manner. And sometimes we even approach the boss to say that no, he doesn't like deserve this position because he doesn't know how to talk with us. And then we said clearly, but as he was a former yeah, in the company, and then not because we have like a personal issue with him, but when it comes to talk with us, sometimes he yell at us, and we don't appreciate those kind of qualities. But he he can be a simple worker, but as a leader or supervisor, he can't. And then, to be a leader, it's not require only talent. Talent is not enough. It requires good quality as discipline, in the way we say it, trust, and so many things. But to follow that person, it's weird. That can have great impact on your over you as a worker, and then even I can say we don't even spend 1 week without like you know we always have a discussion between us just because he doesn't know how to handle uh, the workers. Not me personally, because I work a kind of independent in the company, but he affects me as well, and in some way. So yeah, to be a leader, it requires a lot of good qualities, and then, in my opinion, that person who has those bad, attitude, the best thing ever is to change those bad attitude, and then people will be able to follow him. But otherwise, it doesn't deserve that position.
Mm.
Thank you, Teacher Michael, for giving me the mic.
Okay, a million thank you as well, brother. I really appreciate and I really thank you as well because I know it's not easy. You're a really great leader. You get your wife, you get the children, you get people around you as well. You know what you're talking about. I love it. I appreciate it. Do you understand? And sometimes as leaders, we know our weaknesses. You feel me? So thank you and I really congratulate you. Guys, nous même qui sur YouTube qui a regardé pour la première fois, m'encouragez nous pour nous à subscribe ou bien abonner. Ça bonne possibilité pour nous toujours là chaque dimanche ensemble. Et si vous avez aimé même livre nous appeler, quittez un commentaire, faites nous connaître. Et nous même guys qui là sur Zoom, moi dis nous nous capable quitter un commentaire sur YouTube tout, les cas créole, les cas anglais et partagez le lien YouTube là avec un monde dans contact qui a pas apprendre anglais ou bien qui remet anglais. Let's go with you please Miss Crystal. What do you have to say please?
Okay. The question is, which leadership quality is missing the most? Um, First of all, I say discipline, but I see you can have discipline, but if you don't know what was your priority, discipline didn't gonna work for you as a leader because you have to question yourself to say, what is my priority? If I want to have discipline, I want to know my priority. What um if I want to stay a leader or not?
Mhm.
Then when you have your priority, you can fix discipline and say, okay, I have my priority. I want to stay a leader for my team. So I have to make discipline and continue. And
Mhm.
the other question, if you are this leader, what would you change first? Um, I would change my discipline. And after I got my priority, I would change my discipline and say, okay, if I have priority to become a great leader, I have to wake up early and with that, like a discipline. Because I remember when I was about to start the course, you talk to me and say, if you want to speak English, you has to have discipline and say to yourself, what do you want? If you want to
Mhm.
speak English very well in a short time, or I don't remember exactly what you say to me, but something
Mhm.
like that. So in that case, I said I would change my discipline. And the other question was, if you are a member of the team, would you continue following this person? I said yes, of course yes, because at the beginning, the text say this leader is very intelligent. So a person intelligent could take advice from other people. So yes, I could follow him. I continue following.
Interesting.
Thank you, teacher.
Oh, I love that. I love the way that you improvise, the way that you play with words. I love that. This is the best way to improve your English speaking skill. Do you understand? I really congratulate you, our dear sister. Thank you a million. Okay, guys. So we are extremely happy to have you guys, especially our strength. Point fort nous ici là, c'est que nous lit. C'est pas nous qui qu'on parle anglais parce que tout le monde, mais nous lit. Et nous lit en pile. Dans juste ça, nous lit un livre par semaine. Autant même faire ça tout. Ou capable de faire, oui. OK? Nous avons 21 clubs nous avons gagné pendant le reste de l'année, guys. Nous avons gagné 2. Ça veut dire que nous marqué 19. Après jeudi, nous marqué 19. Il faut pas rater une. OK? Invitez-en, mais on partage. Même quand le club là fini, on est capable de partager le lien YouTube là. Vous êtes capable de continuer à regarder et puis quitter point de vue. Et puis dimanche prochain, vous êtes capable là. OK, guys. So now we're going to keep move on. We're going to keep move on, especially talking about leadership, leadership based on the book which Leadership 101 written by Mr. John C. Maxwell. So now we are in part 3 of the book. Part 3 of the book, Leadership 101. The author is Mr. John C. Maxwell. It's a really great book to read. In part 3, this is the impact of a leader. Chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just chapter 7, it's a question. Why is influence important? Becoming a leader, you gotta get this impact on other people. So, chapter 8, how does influence work? Chapter 9, how can I extend my influence? And chapter 10, how can I make my leadership last? So, guys, I really love this part because I read these 4 chapters in one night because I remember I was a kind of, want to do things, but unfortunately, I had some issue with electricity stuff. And I spent time reading these 4 chapters, especially chapter 9. It was one of my favorite ones, do you understand? Because they talk about the story of Coca Cola. That's the reason I really love this part. So, and in this part of this book, especially part 3, it's a really great one because it's talk about like leadership. It's a kind of like goes beyond personal development and leadership as well. It's about like the impact that we have on other people. In general, as I said at the beginning, we are a leader, and our influence can happen, for example, at work, in a family, in classroom, in community, online. Guys, you folks who are on TikTok, you are trying like to build things, especially try to sell digital products. Do you understand? You get other people following you. You're a leader. Sometimes people call you influencer. No, you're a leader and you influence other people. And as you can see right here, you don't necessarily need a title to become a great leader to influence other people. So these part of the book, guys, I encourage you. You guys who don't really read the book yet, it's a really sweet one. I encourage you to read it because you will love it. So now we're gonna go in details, folks, because we get that question based on this part of the book, these 4 chapters, guys. How can you positively influence other people if you don't have a leadership position? I mean, if you don't get a title, how we can do that? Really influence other people positively in your family, at work, in your community, online, especially you guys who get TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. How can you do that positively? Do you understand? Even though you don't really get a title. Oh, what have you learned from this part of the book, guys? Part 3, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, and chapter 10. Do you guys really want to say things? If yes, on Zoom right here, raise hand. I'm going to give you the mic. And you do the folks on YouTube, share your opinion, Johnston, about the sport as well. We're gonna go with Steffi because time is the only thing that we have right here. We don't have money. This is time that we have. Try to manage your time well. Steffi, you get the microphone, open it, and try to say things, please.
Thank you for putting me the mic again and again, the Michael. I will appreciate that. I think this is a beautiful creation. Um, you can influence people to your character, actions. You can influence other people to relationships and sometimes willingness to serve others. Because we live in a world. Do you hear me well?
Really well.
Oh, okay. We live in a world where sometimes people see themselves first. As a leader, you have to see other people first. And this is what I really like about the book. The higher you go, the more sacrifice you have to make.
Mhm.
That's me. If you want to be a leader, be willing, be ready to make sacrifice. Sometimes I really like in one of the book we read in the past, before the person gets successful, a businessman, the person work more hours than the employee. 8 to 5, everyone is gone, but you have to stay to keep working because you're not satisfied for the day. Sometimes they say people can work who has a business. Sometimes this is what I don't like about people keep with them. When they are the boss, sometimes things get easier. No? At the beginning, things is tougher. Things it's harder, but you start to build. Things gonna be good, get easier after you get succeed. When you're not succeed yet, things is not getting like you want it to be. And this is what we have to know about as a leader. You can be a boss, but not a leader. A leader lead people under them. And this is why the leadership is influence, not position or title. You can go to a company, Ada. You can go to a company. Sometimes people think the leader is the boss.
Mhm.
That person can think that person is the supervisor. People can think that person is the director. Is the way that person move around the company. And sometimes, if they fire that person as a leader, most of the worker follow that person because it was the key of the company. And the company has to, the stockholders, the shareholders gonna be on board every time because things will be getting really messy at the company. This is what a leader can do. If you're not here, if they fired you, if they even do injustice, most of the time, if you say, I will leave, you can see there's a lot of company who's built on that because other good worker follow the leader and the leader get in their own companies. This is what a leader can do. And what I want to do, you don't need to be a manager, maybe a CEO or teacher or supervisor to influence others. What you know, you need to know is lead by example. Demonstrate that to your behaviors. You want to others to have. If you want people to come early, to be an early person or early bird, try to do the example. Even in your house, sometimes even your kids and the family, they follow you. They do follow you. You don't have to talk. They just follow through your actions. This is why you have to be careful and the action you're gonna do in front of the children because they're gonna follow. You can see that 10 weeks pass and you see your child just do something. When you ask, why did you get that? I see you do it last week. Because you're a leader in your family. They do it. I remember my kid, my child. Nobody when she wants to go to bed. I say, give me the phone. She said, 1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute. Okay, one day I said, okay, let's go to bed. I have my phone. And she said, you can get 1 minute. I don't have problem. I laugh so hard. She said, you can get 1 minute. You can stay for 1 minute. I don't have problem. It's because all the time she get me that I say, I give theirs. Okay, 5 minutes. And say, after I put my phone down, he said, no, normally you give me more than 1 minute. You can take more than 1 minute also. That means they follow you. And as a leader, you have to be conscious of that. And this is what the word awareness come. If you're aware of other people, follow you, you have to do better than before. In order to things you have to do, you keep your promises. That build trust. If you see everybody are gonna treat you to lunch after you get, the deal closed, don't miss on that. Don't put in any kind of excuses because as you started, you cannot close it because people will see you as an untrustworthy person. Help others grow. Don't be a barricade. Don't be an obstacle for others. No matter what, there's people who have talent in different area. Encourage others to develop people around you. And this is what I really like about the chapter 9, as teacher Michael said. You see, if the CEO of Coca-Cola who dies, after a speech he just gave, if he did it, this is what he build legacy. When you build a legacy, even though you die tomorrow, your company will not be on course because you have been prepared for that. As a leader, it's not a company. You have a lead. And when you're a leader, even though you are gone, but you leave your name, everybody gonna say, when he or she was there, things wasn't like that. When she or he was there, things wasn't like that. You leave your mark as a leader. Another thing is take initiative. Don't wait on other people. This is why you have to get vision. You have to define your priority. When you define your priority, you get vision. People will look up to you, not look down on you. This is what you have to get it. Serve others, no matter what. And this is one of the things I really like and one of the experience I made in the US. My boss, he always set an example. He will never say do something and we're not doing it though. Even clean the space, he can come in the morning before you and he cleans everything. Everything is tidy. Everything is clean. He will not say, I'm the boss. I know to. No, he set the example. And this is what I really like. Another thing he has also, he wants you to grow. He don't want you to stay at the same stage. I have been learning a lot, a lot. I know a lot of people was around them. They get their own office. It's not getting angry. This sometimes they want to joke with her and say, "I know you're not Asian. I don't know. You're not Asian. The way you're not Asian because normally people know Asian don't is not friend with rough. They really like enemy. And the last thing I want to say is develop positive relationships. Sometimes you can leave or work when you pass over the place. People really like to see you because you wasn't a bad apple, but you were a good apple. And this is what leadership can do. Even you're not on the company, you never know. You can be a good partner in the future. This is why you have to leave your mark. Even though, like I said at the beginning, you're not a CEO, supervisor, or director. But soon you can see that person in a meeting. Soon you can be a shareholders because if they're gonna, give some share away, somebody have to leave, there you can buy some. You can become a part of this company. And this is why I really like when you work for a company, you are not an enemy. You create a way for yourself. Learn. This is what leader is about. Learn today to become a leader tomorrow. If you don't want to learn, you will never, never be a leader. Don't forget that, guys. This is the method. You don't have to have a position. You don't have to have a title. What you want to be, become a leader. Even in family, in your workplace, whenever you are at church, an organization, set your mark by being an example. This is the only way you will become a leader. That's my point of view. Thank you so very much.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it. I really appreciate it. C'était qu'on a sermon ou ta baisse sur un tête mon et puis tout le monde depuis attention à attendre. Et comme ça me dit ouais, lui. I love that. I really appreciate it, Jonathan. I'm so happy to get you as my bird, kind of flocking together, and the other giants who are here as well. I know Mr. Nelsie. He's a kind of new. And we get Miss Christians as well. She's new out here, but I think in a short period of time, they will do the same as well. I love that. I love that. I really congratulate you. And I know Mr. Davidson, Mr. Emmanuel, Wabi, and the other folks, they've been doing really great job. That's the reason. Oh, I don't know. When we see somebody grow, we're just happy. Do you understand? We're just happy. We get somebody right here. I don't know if it is you, Miss, on the iPhone. Please open the microphone, iPhone. Maybe I don't know because it's not Justin. Justin used to be with Justin stuff. Um, open the microphone, please. Or maybe you cannot. Let me see if I can help you. iPhone, can you open the microphone, please? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. It was you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm so sorry because I used two devices that I know I used the other one.
I'm sorry. You didn't
And,
get name because I should put you co-host in that as well.
yeah, thank you.
But anyway, I'm sorry to get you back. You get the microphone. Especially based on part two of that book. Oh, you've learned things.
Yeah,
Share with us, please.
yeah, thank you, Teacher Michael. Mr. Fee already said everything about the chapter 9. It's a great one, but I want to add something about chapter 10, especially. One of the things that I've learned about it is lead the organization with a long view. And sometimes, especially in our Asian culture, we don't really see things as long as possible. Sometimes we just arrive at certain point of we just stop. We have to see things differently. For example, we can face some bad situation. It's normal because every successful people fail, but we have to learn from that failure and keep moving forward. Another thing that I've learned about the chapter 10, we have to create a leadership culture. Leadership is like a culture. As Ms. Sefi mentioned previously, we have to help others to become a leader. The good leader, not to say to others, you have to do this, you have to do that. You have to help others to become a leader. If one day, as the example in the chapter 9, you are not there for any reason, the company still exists. The company still keep leading because you know there are people on the company. And another thing I've learned about the chapter 10 as well, there is a price for every successful people. We have to be willing to pay the price. Even in any situation, if you are learning English, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to build a company, and whatever it is, we have to be willing to pay the price if you want to get success tomorrow, because we have to be able to face some challenges. Sometimes that can be in the country and the company, or maybe in our family. We have to keep moving forward if you want to be successful. And the last thing I want to add is value team leadership above individual leadership. In our
Mm.
Asian culture, uh, everything down on the boss or the manager. But no, sometimes it's really important to take the point of view of others. Sometimes they can really help you if you wanna stay as the manager, as the CEO. You don't need advice from others. You can fail, and that can really bad for you and for others as well. For that reason, we have to see others, not only your own point of view. This is my point of view. Thank you, teacher.
Mm. Really deep, really sweet. I love it. I appreciate it. And I really congratulate you, my dear brother, my dear Kowide, my dear bird as well. I love it. And I really appreciate it. Thank you. Great. So thank you. And thank you very much, all of you guys, for being here on Zoom and YouTube as well. Probably, nous allons parler de leadership. C'est une qualité qui est capable d'aider nous pour nous réussir dans la vie. Et spécialement, le livre ça qui nous lit que de Leadership 101, c'est Mr. John C. Maxwell qui écrit. Le livre ça, il est en français tout, il est en espagnol. Guys, moi, encourage nous lire. Lire. Nous-mêmes là, qui sommes étudiants, qui sommes co-readers, nous appelons lire ensemble. Encourage l'autre monde pour lire. Vous pas obligé de command language courses. Si you lead, and I've given a better community, and I've given a better society, and I've given a better country, and other people will not hate us. I see on TikTok people are trying like because this person has more popularity, this folk they're kind of hating them. You feel me? So help them to read, and we will have less evil people around us. Okay? Let's go, please, brother, Mr. Davidson. You get the microphone to say things, and all of you the other folks, nous capable partager opinion ou Creole sur YouTube. But while here on Zoom, it's English 100%. Let's go, please, brother Davidson. You get the microphone.
Thank you, Sir Michael. And I just want to add something about the reading part you just brought up. And then, for example, now in my case, when I take like word even public or even with friends, even with a family member about my approaches, they see all different. While I'm waiting, all different. I become like another person, not because I did have a lot of knowledge, but now by reading those kind of book, those kind of book shape my my mind, how I see things, and how I spread as well my word. I always encourage people to read. That's the secret for knowledge, to have new knowledge. So about the question, I can say what I learned from chapter 9 was how to extend your influence. To extend your influence, you will need to empower other people. You empower other people by teaching them what you know, your knowledge. But one thing that I'm gonna try to say about empower other people as a leader. So you will have to know that when you're gonna empower other people, that can make you even suffer. I'm talking from my experience. I'm talking from my experience. I I wasn't a leader. I wasn't a leader, but I worked for a previous company, and I ended up fired myself just by, by something that happened. What did happen? Something happened just because I try, to help others or learn others what I knew. And then by, by empowering at that time, I don't know if if I was about, to empower someone. It's just about, try, because I worked there even for uh, 3 years. And then after the owner of the company, it was about a stone company. A stone company. After that, he bought another company, and then he sent me there to. He sent me there to work, and at that time I needed a team. So to have a team, I should do my best, to create the team. And by creating the team, by sharing what I knew as knowledge, and then after 2 years, after 2 years, and then that person I empowered, that person I shared my knowledge, and then he ended up like doing things, even, yeah, if I, for example, I delegated a task to one of the worker, and then he said that, no, do this, do it that way, do it in my way, not in his way. And then so many things happen. So I ended up by fire myself. I said, yo, I can't support it anymore. Even the boss, they understand me. So I ended up like I fired myself. I spent even 3 months jobless. In my home, I have a family to take care of. It's about 1 year ago. And then I ended up like, in my house, jobless stuff. But after that, by God grace, I got a new one after 3 months. 3 months jobless. You can imagine how, how when you want, to help someone or to share your knowledge. So I didn't know if I was a leader. I didn't do it as a leader because I didn't like consider myself as a leader. But I shared this experience. When you are a leader, for example, when you are sharing what you know to others, you have to be ready as well to pay the price, as Mrs. Steffi brought it up, because you can pay a huge price. You can even also supervisor by sharing your knowledge, and you lose your position. So that doesn't mean you won't do it, because it's a good quality as a leader, but you have to be ready as well, to pay the price, because by paying the price, it's hard, for sure, it's really hard. But as a leader, you should do it. It's it's an obligation, to do it. You do it, but you should be ready as well, to pay the price. Thank you so very much. You're my call.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. I love it as well because you're among the giants who are here. You're one of us. I really love and I really appreciate and I really congratulate you, brother, because I know the process is not easy, especially you and Mr. Emmanuel. You're in the same situation. Uh-huh. I know your situation, but you've been doing a really great job. I love it, and I really appreciate. I really congratulate you for being here, for reading these kind of books, and also sharing your experience as well with us who are here. We learn from you, brother. Thank you, and thank you, million. And about you, the other guys, nous même qui sur YouTube, qui ça nous dit pour nous dire, qui sont à apprendre. Dans le livre ça, spécialement partie 3, chapitre 7, chapitre 8, chapitre 9 et chapitre 10. Liv sa li rele relation, I mean, I'm sorry, Leadership 101, auteur c'est John C. Maxwell. Liv sa li existe en français, en espagnol tout. M'encourage nou lil, people. Li liv sa, et l'autre liv nap ge pou nou li yo. M'encourage nou pou nou fè ifo pou nou li yo. Pa li yo pou mwen, pa li yo pou Steffi, pa li yo pou Mr. Davidson et Mr. Emmanuel, parce que nou li pou tèt nou même. Do it for yourself. Do it for your people. Do you understand? Because you will be in situations sooner or later to really guide, to really lead, to really empower other people. To do it in a really good way, you gotta learn to become a great leader. So we are about to go, guys. We're about to go. I know from folks who are here, maybe you are kind of busy working and you have other reason that prevent you from being able to really open your mouth. So now we are about to go, guys, because we had a really good time together. So now we're gonna go while here only with people we consider like readers. Some of you folks, you just follow it, just watching. And we are about to go, especially you folks who read that book. We have 5 questions while here. You can try to answer them in one comment if it's possible. The question number 1 says, what was your favorite idea from the book? The question number 2 says, was there any idea you disagreed with? Why? The question number 3, what did you learn from the book that we didn't discuss today? Oh, I would love that part, folks, because we talked a lot, but maybe there are things you didn't mention. And the question number 4, what chapter would you like to reread or maybe to read again? And why? And the chapter 5, would you recommend that book to another person? Why? You folks, all of you who read that book, I'm going to give you opportunity. Bon, m'bral fè yon bagay la. Si vous voulez parler en créole, ma bonne possibilité de parler en créole. Dans dernier cop parti ça, mais si vous faites en anglais, c'est à plus bon. Okay, guys, this is the reader's spotlight. You folks, I will give you opportunity to say things, especially those of you who read that book. On Zoom, you get opportunity, and on YouTube as well. Share your point of view. What do you guys have to say? What was your favorite idea from the book? Was there an idea that you disagreed with? What did you learn? That we didn't discuss today. Do you guys want to say things, especially you dear readers, before we go? We're going to start with Davidson. After that, we're going to go with other people. Mr. Davidson, please.
Ok. Ou pa opportunity en créole, m'apprendre en créole.
On va te parler,
Oui. Ça que moi t'avais ajouté donc de ça que livre là ajoute parce que gen bagay moi livre là dit que selon perspective pas j'aime te comprendre ni c'est pas comme ça. Moi te pensé que par exemple il dit talent yon fait avec talent. Donc c'est pas par exemple yon leader par exemple yon moun ou fait leader ou une qualité leader pendant que vous faites. Pour moi-même dépenser son bagage, un leader, c'est pendant, c'est pas tant que dans le sens apprendre ça en côté, mais c'est pendant ok ou dans différentes ok et oui à développer et des qualités là jusqu'à ce que vous deveniez un leader. Mais livre là fait me comprendre que un leader ou fait leader. Par exemple, il y a des talents moun gen la kaili, il y a des bagages moun gen la kaili. Comment fait tout le monde pas même? Comment fait tout le monde pas même? Comment fait gen moun gen plus gros qualité par son l'autre? C'est dans le livre ça moi vinn comprendre ça, mais moi j'étais plus connaît auparavant que yon leader son monde qui former tête li par exemple qui essayer battre pour venir un leader devenir un leader mais dans livre là moi ouais que yon monde ou fait leader ou fait yon leader si ou t'es pour leader ou fait yon leader parce que qualité un leader gagne yo ou doit faire avec mais c'est pas bagarre ou just ou non entraîner pour venir un leader. Donc c'est ça que je viens comprendre. Parce que je ne suis pas d'accord avec, mais je suis l'autre point de vue, je well dans l'autre façon. Merci un peu, M. Michael.
Great, moi vraiment aimé ça parce que vous mettez un petit calme à Guy Creole ici là. I love that. Thank you. Thank you very much. And about you, Stacey? Thank you. No. Yes, it's good
Tade,
now. Uh-huh.
baka pa pou piye kreol la, ou Haitien mi. Ou Haitien na ti pan de mi, so ti kou piyo bon mè mi tobe la, ou an piye kreol pa sa mè pou, mwen ti, ou baka diye do you hear? Ou tade?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this will be a really great one. Also, I want continuing opportunity. I think my favorite ideas from this book is about leadership is not like a title or position. Can you put the question because I want to get an idea
Mm-hmm.
of the screen, please? And I really like this because this idea you don't need to have a title, to be a leader or position to be a leader. In one of my answers I give earlier, I I say that you can go to a company at a company and you see somebody move around, you think that person is maybe the CEO, maybe the supervisor, and when you learn this is the same employee, that sometimes people ask to give that person a title because the way that person move around, the way he take everything under his wing to just do it. He's a go to work person. Now you become a leader. You cannot even get any position, but your word can go first even before the CEO's word. Because as the CEO, sometimes it's difficult to get connected. When you have authority and you are easygoing person, sometimes people don't respect you. This is sometimes people get tougher as they get higher. But in the book, it teaches us don't forget to build trust. I learned I have to get to connect with others. I have to get good character and to get the competence as well. I have learned this. That's mean you can influence other people to your actions. I do know that at the beginning. Your relationships, and I really like this idea. And even in the example you said, this is what I learned from that book. You can lead other people. Another thing, and do I had something I agree or disagree? I don't think I have anything I disagree with. But in the comment of Mr. Davidson earlier, sometimes as a leader you pay the price. And I see the pay the price one and other angles. Because pay the price, maybe you have to make sacrifice to do what you should do, to put the level up. But sometimes in our culture as Asian, we know that. And I saw that. Sometimes when I was in the US, sometimes I know people who want to work, understand? And when I ask other people, do well you working? They don't need people for it. They say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Because last time I put someone there, I get fired.
Mm-hmm.
Because those person attitude is not good at all. That same person you put in can put you out. This is why sometimes as a leader, they don't want to teach people because sometimes they make what they don't know. That person you're training for to become a leader sometime get more talented than you. You can imagine that person know English and you have a lot of clients with English speaker. This is a plus one. That person know computer really well, a plus two. When you finish to cheat that person, sometimes the person don't want to accept the reality.
Mm-hmm.
That person overcome me. That person become over you. No, not only one he know the job, but he got two plus. He know computer really well, and he speak another language at the same time. It's not that person who get you your job sometimes. It's the plus they get
Mm-hmm.
that get you on the top. In Asian culture, people don't want to accept that. You can train me and I pass over the top. If I work hard, if I'm not a rebel, if I'm a go-to, if I hardly ever say no, I can be in better position than you. But don't stop being a leader because as a leader, you have to pay the, but this is one of the price. This is why when you're a leader, don't think about position or title because you're gonna lose your love
Mhm.
to lead people. This is why title and position should be the least thing you're thinking of. And the third question, I think, what did you learn from the book that we did discuss today? The one thing we did discuss today, I learned from, is the you have to be grateful. You have to get gratitude. I have learned that from Gozorita, if I
Mhm.
remember well.
It's a name from Cuba. Uh-huh.
Exactly, because he's a Cuban. But he didn't get that for investor because he wants to, but because of gratitude. The first chair member of Coca-Cola take him under his wings.
Mhm.
He teaches them. And from position to position, from title to title, he get to the head of Coca-Cola. But he didn't wait until he gonna be dying to do that. As soon he noticed someone who got the same desire as you, who want to do something, he just take him under his wing also, and he teaches him to become a leader. And this is why he built a legacy. And I do appreciate that the pastor, I don't remember, who learned legacy and the hard way. As
Mhm.
soon he move away, the church goes down because people get attached to him, not to the legacy he was leading. When people get attached to you, when you are not there, people don't come in. This is why we didn't discuss today, Adida. This is why we have to know, like Mr. Manuel said in one of the comments, we didn't have that in our culture. But why now, if you want to build a community, we have to bring it up in our culture because this is something we really need. Asian in our community, we don't build legacy. And this was sometimes you can see. I remember one of the biggest, company we have in Haiti. When the father died, they just sell the company.
Mhm.
The father didn't build a legacy. It's just a company. As soon you are not here, everything is up here. But when you build a legacy, even though you die tomorrow, they're gonna bury you. The company, the legacy you leave, gonna still exist. And until now, even though I'm not a Coca-Cola fan, I don't drink it too much, only when I go to the party. But Coca-Cola still exists.
Mhm.
And Jose Tate, he lived over 30 years. He was a
Over. Yeah.
great leader. He was a
Mhm.
great leader and he teach other people. I learned from that to teach other what I know because I won't be like this forever. That's my answer for this question. And for the
Love
fourth
it.
one,
I'm sorry. Keep on. Keep on. I'm sorry.
I don't read long.
No, no, keep on. No, no, no. It's your time because I'm talking about the readers, and you really good
and
example for the folks as well. Uh-huh.
and the fourth question, which chapter would you like to read again? I think I would like to read the chapter we talk about self-discipline because I really know that. I would need to build, what I want to build on self-discipline because self-discipline will help me to use the knowledge I learned from a book I read to become the better version of myself, to become a better person, and to become a better leader, but otherwise not a better CEO for my new company to farming on. This is why I really need to read it. It's not only by mistake, Mr. John C. Maxwell put self-discipline and those four qualities at first. He knows why he's doing it. It's like he put it like the way it's supposed to go because we need each of them to be a better leader. And for the last one, yes, I will recommend people to read this book, especially people I want to be in my circle, people I want to, to um pass time, to I want in my team. I would recommend it. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if I have to get my own company like I wish I had it, I will still, teach people to read this kind of book because I don't only want to get followers. around to have leader. That's my product. Thank you so much.
Really good. I love it. Even though at the beginning you didn't give your promise, you say, okay, let me go with Creole. You know, sometimes, I mean, bon dis ça en Creole. Des
I
fois,
don't Creole. I say autant them. I don't say so much.
it was good. Good. Des fois, gen sujet wap pale de li guys, pi gan al di mte di m pale anglais pi bien que Creole, non? Mais gen sujet m'a parlé de li, pi facile pour moi en anglais parce que je plus bagay pour me dire. Je plus mot Creole, me répéter même mot yo, et puis pas vraiment gen mot yo pour Creole là. Okay? T'as pris s'il vous plaît. Sometimes it's a kind of easier. When you switch in Creole, you don't really get the same idea, the same vibe. Okay? Let's go, please, brother, Mr. Emmanuel. You get the microphone, brother, dear reader. Let's go. This is your time. You get opportunity to say things, please.
Thank you, teacher. Michael, can you share the screen?
This is it.
And thank you one more time, and especially about the first question. Helena, the really important because my goal is to be financially free in the future, but I have to build a legacy. That's mean I have to lead my sons in order they can become a leader as well. And as Miss Steffi mentioned, I don't know what happened in our culture, especially in my area. You can see the father or the mother have a big a big business. And when the father or the mother die, the business is broke. You know what I mean? But we have to do it differently. The thing that we learn about the book, but we have to get a legacy. Even you are traveling, or if you are die, or whatever it is, the company or the business still exists from today. This is one of the things that I've learned about the book. And about the second part, teacher Michael, the question number two, and I don't have an idea. I disagree on that. And give me a second. Yeah, my son, you want to use my phone? Give me a sec. But you can choose
Got it.
another person and
Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, we understand that. We understand that. As a leader, you gotta take control of the situation. Okay, guys. So I really thank you, folks. I really appreciate and I really congratulate you all for being here. And I know some of you you're gonna keep sharing your point of view on YouTube in Creole because c'est un livre que nous lit, guys. Nous apprenons pile. Et nous apprenons dans commentaire l'autre, messieurs, dames, yo, tout. OK? Nous apprenons dans commentaire, messieurs, dames, yo. Donc, c'est un très bon livre, guys. Encouragez les gens qui tout autour les livres ça, yo. Parce que les gens qui beaucoup autour, yo, li, yo pas prêt, yo. Yo pas prêt, yo. Parce que, ouais, Rich Dad and Poor Dad, c'est plus fort haïtien, yo pas prêt, les gens qui riches, yo, encore. Parce que dans quel sinon, nous avons les gens qui riches. Les gens qui comme nous avons les gens, là. Des fois, nous dit, mais ça va passer, diable, les gagnent. Côté, il y a diable, ça. No rai, but le ou liu di, oh non, pas de rai, me doit apprendre plutôt. Mr. Emmanuel, let's keep on with you.
thank you, teacher. Yes, I don't have a specific point I disagree with this book. For me, it's something that complete my knowledge about leadership because you already know that I have to lead as a father and other thing as well. But I those things are completed my knowledge from the leader because when I read those books, especially the one in one, the leadership, the attitude, it's like I already read those things in our theocratic books. Especially, yes, I get it. My. It's like this book completed my knowledge. I do love it, but and I hope I'm gonna read them again in order to get a crystal clear vision for my future. You know what I mean? And about the question number three, if I the learn what did you learn from the book we didn't discuss today? But not a really key point, but some qualities that the author didn't mention, like patience. When you talk about leadership, you have to get patience because this quality is really important. It's really important, especially for someone who wants to build a great legacy. And sometimes you have to fail. Sometimes we want to give up, but we have to keep moving forward. And which chapter would you like to read? I think the whole book. I wanna read it, but especially the chapter 9 and 10. They are really
Mhm.
sweet for me. But we have to read those chapters for me. And about the last one, sometime when I post the book that I'm waiting. Some friend of mine sending you can could you send this book to me, especially those who are speaking English. And I always do that because I don't want to keep the knowledge. I want to share with others. This is a great way to share knowledge. And sometimes when people with the same book with us, we can build something together. And as I said before, in our community, we don't really trust in that. But we have to do it individually, but we have to see if we can get a community, even a business or something like that, in order to keep moving so forward. Because if there is a phrase, if you go alone, you can arrive fast, but if you go with others, you can go far. This is one of the things that I've learned as well. It's really important to not to see yourself, we have to see others as well. Teacher Michael, thank you a lot.
I love that, brother. I really appreciate it. And I love everything you said. I remember I was talking to Stacey last time, and I said, "Yo, come on, man, we can do things. Try to get some will stay stuff." And every time we talk about this kind of stuff, I'm sorry, we get you in our bind. Do you understand? If you can buy some piece of land in your area and try to build houses, not only to live, but you understand, and just to get real estate stuff, we can do that in Haiti. In the future, we're gonna do it. Do you understand? I believe in you and I trust you as well. The reason it's because you get knowledge. And the other thing you mentioned as well, I know you're a leader. We are leaders. And one of the thing as leaders, we gotta see people first. Do you understand? Sometimes we forget ourselves, especially in our theocratic area. We do that every day. Sometimes we forget ourselves. And they like to help other people. This is leadership. And I know one of the great leader ever passes on this earth. People talk about it every day when they're trying to talk about leader. He's a great one, not he was. He's a great one. Do you understand? And the reason today people are trying to imitate him, even though he was about to die, he wanted to protect his people. Do you understand? In the last day, he had opportunity to show the other folks how to lead. How to lead. To lead other people, you gotta serve other people. You gotta see them first. So thank you. And thank you very much, brother, my dear brother from another mother, you, Mr. Emmanuel. And I'm for sharing with us why. Good. Kanya nubralale guys. We had a really good club to get tonight. Mwen vle konen si gen moun ki ta remet quelque chose en créole parce que pas de souhaiter gen moun la pou pa di rien. M konen nou li. Nou ka pa kompon livre nan même niveau avec tout le monde. Même tap souhaiter nou di. Donc c'est pas une possibilité pour nous parler là. I understand and I respect that. I know it's a kind of late as well because today is Sunday and tomorrow you're gonna go to work, you're gonna do other things. But I really thank all of you guys for being here. At the beginning, we introduced the book, and also I really encourage you guys to keep reading that book that we read together. This is Leadership 101, written by Mr. John C. Maxwell. It's a really great book because in it, that book is divided in three parts, as we saw at the beginning. So it contains 10 chapters, and in it we learned a lot of things. So only what we have to do now is just try to apply what we've learned in order like to become a better person. So in the part one, we talk about the development of a leader. We saw that in chapter one and chapter two. And then in the part two of the book, the chapter 3 to 6, we talk about the threats or the characteristics of a great leader. And finally, chapter 7 and 10, we learned the impact, the way we can influence and get impact on other people. And I really appreciate and I really thank all of your comments, folks, especially you, my dear Steffi, my dear Christelle, my dear Mr. Davidson, and Mr. Emmanuel, and all of you other folks for sharing your points of view. So, ça m'encourage nous pour nous faire, guys. Invitez yon zami pour prochain club qui n'a bien. Invitez yon zami minimum. Invitez yon zami moun nan capable sur Zoom ou bien li capable sur YouTube. Mais moun qui sur Zoom nan, spécialement si moun nan app parler. So, it was a nice pleasure having all you all guys. Tomorrow we're gonna start with a new book. I'm gonna send it to you tonight. The book that we're gonna start tomorrow. So, and I'd like to see it, and tomorrow to start with it, and Sunday we're gonna review it together. So that's all for tonight. Have a good night, all of you folks. Sleep well, like big and small babies, and see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. See you all.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Have a good night, people.
Yes, have a good night, Mr. James. Have a good night, Mr.
Thank you
Davidson
all.
Bradley.
Thank you,
Good
teacher
night.
Michael, good night, everyone.
Thank you so very much.
Yes.
Have a
Yes.
nice night. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay. Good night. See you. Bye bye.